Panthers. Welcome to this week's Coaches Show. I'm Fletcher Newman here with Coach Tennison to discuss our girls basketball team since the last time we saw them. Now, Coach, thanks for being here. Y'all are having a great season so far with an overall record of 19-13 and a district record of 8-2. So how has the team been training this year to be that successful?
Well, I think it starts with our off-season prep. We changed some things, did a lot more shooting, just because we knew kind of the team that we were going to have put together as far as not having a true post player. And it just spelled from there. We've got tremendous athletes on the team, and then they have a high basketball IQ. They can play a variety of different ways, and so that just gives you a lot of ways to attack other teams. So it's good. They're a good group.
Now, we know you all have your eyes on the playoffs right now and hope to finish second in district. So how proud of you of this team for what they've accomplished so far this season?
I am extremely proud of them. You don't get special groups that have the talent that this group has, the chemistry that this group has, and just the special group and bonds that they have very often. And so to have them be as successful as they are, continue to build on that has been a tremendous joy to watch and to be a part of.
Now, we know one of your key players, Kira Middleton, has been out all season, but the team really hasn't seemed shaken by that so far. So how have they been handling this situation so well?
It just shows our depth. And like I said, we're a team, and you depend on each other. They all have kind of embraced their roles on the team and what they bring. And they play and they compete. And I'm hard on them, and they respond, and they keep stepping up and answering the next challenge. And so it's fun, and it's fun because they know they're a team and they depend on their team.
Now, we have some players on our Lady Panthers basketball team here with us today. Coach, can you tell us a little about who's here?
I have Makayla Jackson. Right now she's leading us in scoring and rebounds and steals. And I have Jerica Henderson, who's our hot hand three-point shooter right now. But she's also doing a great job in people are understanding that she's and identifying her as a three-point shooter and three-point threat, so she's now adding and getting to the rim and doing some things. She's also our leading free throw percentage shooter, and so doing some things to get her to the free throw line. But those are the two young ladies I have here today.
All right, let's visit with them. First, we have Jerica Henderson. So how has your senior been going so far on the court?
I feel like my senior year has been going really good right now. I'm playing really good. I'm shooting well. I'm getting to the line when they face guard me. I'm finding other ways of scoring the ball.
And so you've been on fire so far this season from beyond the arc. So being the leading three-point shooter in the area, and you broke the single game record of three-pointers in a game with 9. How do you train to be that consistent from downtown?
Well, every day in practice we do form shooting. That helps out a lot. After practice, I go shooting the gun, making 20 shots each spot. So that helps out a lot when it comes to game time.
What kind of legacy do you want to leave on the team after this year?
Hopefully let them know, hey, keep shooting the ball even when you're missing. You can always find new ways of scoring when your shot's not on. Always attack the rim,
And now we have Makayla Jackson. So Makayla, you've also had a great year so far, leading in scores, steals, and rebounds. What do you do to prepare yourself to play excellent defense?
Coach always tells us you practice like you want to play. So during practice, I'm always going hard and preparing myself for the game the next day or the next week.
We've seen the press working very well this season. So what do y'all work on in practice to execute so well come game time?
Our coaches scout the other teams, and they tell us what press they're going to run. So during practice, the JV will run that press, and we will practice against that press.
Is there any pregame tradition that you or the team go through before every game to get focused?
We go through our pregame chants in the locker room. We're always chanting and screaming and bringing on the lockers. And usually if you walk by around that time, you can hear us screaming in the locker room.
All right, thanks, guys. Coach, yesterday the state released our new district for next year with all the same teams coming back again. What are your thoughts on the new zoning for the next 2 years?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. We know we can compete in this district. I feel that we'll continue to have an opportunity to compete for district championships and to make runs deep in the playoffs. So I was very excited to know, because we know what we're up against. There's not any unknowns at this point with everybody returning and no changes made. So I feel great about the opportunity we've been given.
All right, well, that wraps up this week's edition of the Coaches Show. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks to Coach Tennison, Jerica, and Makayla for being here today. The Lady Panthers play at home Friday night in the arena starting at 6:15. Come out, get loud, and support our Lady Panthers. And if you can't make it out to the game, be sure to listen to Panther Radio, pantherradio.net for all the action.